Hey guys, hello, 大家好. Welcome to my first live streaming. I'm coming to you from Tint, China, or China Tint. We're inside a tea house, as you can see. And this is the heart of Beijing CBD, believe it or not. It's usually where I hang out, and I've been wanting to, find a place where I can unwind, but also learn a bit about Chinese tea ceremonies. So here I am.
Hi.
This is Miss Zhao. She is an expert of Chinese tea ceremony. She's been doing this for more than 6 years, right?
Yeah. Welcome to our tea house. The next time we will talk together the tea stories. But first, I will ask Ju 3 questions.
Oh, I already got questions. Okay, before I can even try the tea, I have to answer questions. Okay, here we go.
The first one. Would you like to drink some tea in your lip?
In the morning? Usually?
Usually?
Yes, I love drinking tea. Actually, I love tea more than I love coffee. Because I don't get the high, the caffeine high from coffee. So I'd rather choose to drink some tea because I think tea is, it's actually good for digestion too. And it doesn't give you the euphoria from, it doesn't give you the addiction basically if you drink too much of it. And also I love drinking lots of tea in the morning.
Okay. The second, do you know the classifications of the tea?
Okay, classifications of the tea. Oh my goodness, this is like a test. I think I know, but I dare not say it because, I'm with an expert. I'm going to give it a try though. I know that there is green tea, obviously, everyone, and also white tea. I hear that white tea is very good for you because it's very antioxidant. It's very popular in the West. A lot of people drink white tea because it's minimally processed and it's really good for your body. I used to do a lot of cold brews of white tea and put it in the fridge and add lots of goji berries to it because that's also supposedly very healthy too. And so white tea, green tea, and of course there's the black tea, right? Oolong tea, which is between the black and the green, and then pu'er tea. I love pu'er, and yellow tea. I sort of know that there is a thing called yellow tea, but I'm not exactly sure what that is.
Okay, we will talk it later.
Did I pass the test?
我说中文啊，你可以，我会教你去分辨6大茶类。
Okay, I can't wait because I know what they are, but I don't think I can. I've never seen the leaves. I've always seen them in a bag, so looking forward.
Okay, the last one. Which tea is the best interest in?
Which tea is my favorite? My favorite, of course, is the pu'er tea, the show pu'er tea.
Okay, I like pu'er too.
Okay, terrific.
我说中文啊，我会拿出我们的6大茶类的茶样啊。
Okay, she's got this. Oh my God, she's got the tea, the 6 different kind of teas in a test tube.
我打乱了
She's testing me for sure. She's got them in a test tube.
我打乱了顺序啊。
Okay.
那猪，其实咱们的茶分类啊，是按照加工工艺啊，分为了基础加工和再加工。
Okay.
你像小青柑类的和茉莉花茶类的，都是属于再加工茶类的。那我们现在这个6大茶类是属于基础加工的。
Okay, so this is xiaoxinggan, which is like type of tea that I drink. She knows that I love the xiaoxinggan. It's basically pu'er tea, but enveloped in a little mandarin orange-like fruit, I guess. I forget the name of it. Anyways, it's doubly processed, and all of these teas are minimally processed, or they've only been processed once, right? Processed once.
我们的基础加工茶叶啊，按照发酵程度分为了绿茶、白茶、黄茶、青茶，也就是乌龙茶。
乌龙茶 ，OK。
红茶和黑茶。
Red tea and black tea.
你喜欢的普洱呢是熟普啊，是在黑茶类的。
OK。
我们当时说啊，它是分基础加工，就是按照加工工艺和发酵程度啊，加工工艺导致了我们6大茶类的不同造型。这个我们可以以后再说啊。发酵程度啊，就是我们现在看到了它有不同的颜色，但是啊，它不能粗略的按照颜色来分，因为茶的发酵 和我们理解的食物的发酵其实是不一样的。
Okay, so first of all, these tea leaves are categorized because of their oxidation level or their processing and by their degrees of their fermentation.
你按照
And the colors are different. You cannot judge the tea by its color simply because of their fermentation because they're different from food. It's not because they're more fermented, they're not necessarily any darker. Is that what you're saying? Or the color is you can't just tell by the color.
对，这个颜色其实就是它，因为我们知道叶子是绿色的，那它的发酵是这个叶子经过我们的加工工艺变成黄色，然后红色、褐色甚至黑色的这么一个过程。
Okay. So as they are oxidized and processed, the color darkens and also take on different hues or shades.
然后一会儿呢，你就
They're so fragrant. I can smell. It's like a TCM cabinet, but also there are also these floral notes to them as well. I love that. 就是你除了能闻到这种中药的这个底味和这个树枝的底味以后呢，你还能闻到这种花香和这种就是它有一种花香的这个上面的这种 top notes.
那你很厉害。
Really? Thank you. Okay. I'm hoping I'm passing the test.
那一会儿你就按照发酵程度啊，绿茶，然后白茶、黄茶、青茶、红茶，还有
green tea, white tea, green，
还有黑茶
black tea. Okay.
然后咱们来从左到右排列。
I'm supposed to order place these tea by order of their degree of fermentation and processing. Okay. Oh! I just... Okay. I'm going to start with... I think this is sort of easy. Is there anything else that I need to do before I touch the tea or approach the tea? Do I need to do anything?
你先说对，再说它 It's so easy.
I don't know if it's easy, but then at least I can tell that the colors are different. So I guess the more processed and more fermented, the colors become darker, right? So I would definitely say go for this one first. This is the easy one. This is the green. Look, it's the lightest, so it's got to be the least fermented. Green tea. This is like very, very strong green tea flavor. It's very fresh. It's very fresh, but also you can smell the strong caffeine. There's a lot of caffeine in green tea, right? You can smell the strong caffeine. And I smell my hands like it's. I need to.
它有非常多的那个氨基酸，然后刚才你说那个咖啡因，还有一个是茶多酚。
There is some earthiness to this as well. There's something earthy. Grainy is what I mean. To this, okay, so green tea for sure first, and then. I'm going to smell all of them. This is very light, almost no smell. It does. It's been sitting. It smells like it's been sitting in the sun for a long time, or just been aging. Not aging, but just been sitting for a long time. There's something.
你鼻子其实还真的很。
There's something, but also there's something almost like 山楂 hawthorn-ish kind of smell.
山楂。
就是有一股山楂那种，就是酸，就是它那种收敛的那种味道，就是它是不是，就是它有一种生津，对，收敛的那种感觉。我不知道，就是 what is that? It's interesting. Okay, so this is.
我不能先说答案。
Okay. See, I'm like my mouth is watering from smelling this one. Right? My mouth is watering. Okay. See, this one is similar to. It has that same smell too, this one, but it's darker, it's richer than that one. This one is more aged than this one. So least aged.
其实这俩还有点难分辨的，这两个。你可以先挑你最熟悉的，然后先把这个。
This one, I would say, between these two, this one is more fermented than this one. Is that true? Yeah, because it's got sort of like a bacterial color note to it, so it's got to be like pre-digested by bacteria. Oh, this one is
光看它的造型，如果它其实非常有特点，但是因为咱们这次说的是发酵程度嘛，
Right, they're
没有说
teeny
它
and
的
tiny.
没
They're
有
curled
说它的
up,
加工
all
工
curled
艺，
up. Look at them, all curled up.
它是变成了把茶叶通过我们的一些就是加工变成了一个小球状。
So it's processed, but it's also smelling more like green tea. So I would put them here, put this one here for now. Well, anyways, we'll see. For now.
我会给你一次最后调整的机会。
This one, is there anything to cleanse my nose? Cleanse the palate, cleanse the nose, like a coffee bean or something.
这个应该你非常熟悉。
This is the one that my pour tea.
Yeah.
No wonder it's very bland. I mean, not bland. It's very, not intrusive. Hmm.
这个闻起来应该还是非常有特点的，虽然它的颜色可能会有一些混淆性啊。
This is black tea. No?
嗯。
It's black.
你可是最喜欢普洱的哟。
I thought that was for.
Yeah. 普洱是黑茶嘛
？Oh my God, it's so hard. It's harder than I thought. Okay, I'm gonna loosen up, let go of the excess of energy.
我们可以看到，如果越接近茶叶原本形态的，可以认定其实它的发酵程度
就是越小的。
对。
So by shape.
Yeah.
My shape. Okay.
Right.
Right. Oh my
Right.
God. Oh, I got it. Eureka. Wow. Oh, I finally got something right.
非常棒啊
Something right. Okay.
因为其实把6大茶类都摆在这儿，然后相当于你是初次接触啊，然后就可以一次全部摆对，是非常非常棒的。
I've got a good teacher, I have to say.
Oh, thank you. 那下一个啊，我再 Q 一个小点啊，就是我们如果说我们在野外突然，但是不建议大家这样做啊，突然比如想喝茶，我们如何去找到茶鲜叶呢？我来教大家3个啊。
So if I'm outside, I'm going about scavenging in the wild for food, I'm thirsty. How can I just identify a tea leaf and differentiate a tea leaf from just a regular leaf, right? How do I identify it? Okay. Looks like somebody. I think we've got questions. Is it on Weibo or is it on Wait? Okay, let me see. We got some questions from our viewers. They're saying any tea to improve the motivation and morale. That's a good question. Any tea to improve the motivation and morale. Well, first of all, I think tea. For me, my personal experience, before you answer the real question, I think for me it's about motivation. It's really about learning the history and the culture behind the tea, and to really literally interact with the tea every day, and to make it a habit. So that way, the tea isn't just a beverage. It's something that it's part of your life. It's almost like a ritual that you go through every day. And so by doing it every day, it becomes part of your life. It becomes like something that is alive, that gives you energy and gives you a lot more than just a beverage, right?
就是喝茶为什么？
它怎么能够去就是激发你啊，激励你啊？用什么样的茶能够激发你、激励你啊，让人能够去激励人心？
我们用科学的来解释它，因为
Okay, so from a scientific point of perspective.
因为其实茶里面有很多的微量元素，都是对人体非常非常好的。
There are lots of micronutrients in tea.
有3个是非常就是在茶里面含量是非常多的，茶氨酸、咖啡因。
Caffeine.
对，还有一个就是 茶多酚。
Okay. I think it's dopamine. No, is that cha多酚? What is that in English though?
茶多酚，
So there are 3 main ingredients in tea that's supposed to make a difference. It's mostly found in tea. And
像茶多酚
Okay.
它其实就有一些防辐射
Okay.
然后
It's supposed to be it's supposed to help you shield against the UV rays. So drinking tea is good for you if you're out there in the sun. It helps you against UV radiation.
然后你像茶多酚它是有安神的作用的。
Okay, really? This I had no idea.
然后咖啡因呢是
茶多酚 it also helps you. It helps to calm you down. We always think we drink coffee, we drink tea to get a pickup, right? But actually tea calms you down as well. So it doesn't just elevate you. It elevates you. It doesn't give you that that high that you get from caffeine and coffee. But it also grounds you at the same time. That's why a lot of monks, when they drink tea, not just for meditation, but throughout the day, and it's so good for your body and for your spirit.
咖啡因呢，它又是提神的，所以就这个非常有趣。那它这个在一个茶里，它又有一种元素是提神的，又有一种元素是安神的。那如何协调它？如果说我们因为咖啡因它是非常溶于热水的，所以在头1、2泡的时候，咖啡因含量是非常多的，那2泡是非常提神的。但是在茶多酚呢，其实它是持续溶解的，持续溶解。
Could somebody look up if there's any friends out there? Somebody look up what 茶多酚 is in English so I can tell my viewers out there.
所以说如果我们会失眠的话，就把前第1泡倒掉。就不会有说喝茶睡不着的这种情况。
This is so interesting, guys. I'm literally learning about so much about tea today. And it's a great question that you're asking about what we can do. How can we use tea to motivate us and to pick up our for our health, right? And also our spirit. So there's something about tea that is different from coffee. For instance, there is an ingredient in tea. Obviously, we know there's caffeine in tea, and caffeine is a stimulant. But caffeine is very much it's very water soluble, and especially it's very sensitive to hot water. So in the first two cups, you will get a lot of caffeine. So if you want to go for the benefit of the caffeine of the picker upper, then you drink the first 2 cups. And then in addition to that, the茶多酚, which is tea polyphenol, that is also something that helps you to calm down and relax and feel grounded. So in just a cup of tea, you get the best of both worlds, a picker upper and lots of grounding as well. Which is why tea is such a whole food, a whole beverage, I would say. So it's beautiful. I did not know about this. No wonder there are so many people. Millions and millions of people who drink tea in China. China is the country with the most tea drinkers, right? Not only because tea originated from China, but also because tea has so much benefit. It's really the whole, we talk about whole food a lot nowadays. Tea is a whole drink, I think. Okay, so second question, what is white tea from Glenn Cartwright? Yeah, what is white tea? 什么是白茶？
如果说啊。因为我们说的，不管是绿茶还是白茶，它都是一种加工工艺。也就是说，比如说
，green tea or white tea is a category about the degree to which the tea is processed.
因为从原则上说，一种茶叶它按照不同的加工工艺可以完成6种形态，就是比如说
，So any tea leaf, fresh tea leaf.Can be processed into 6 different kinds of tea that we talked about, including white tea and green tea.
但是就跟它一定有一个最适合，就是有一种，比如说我们做绿茶，有可能就是某几种茶叶做绿茶，就茶鲜叶做绿茶是最适合的。那对于白茶来说，福鼎那一边的茶鲜叶最适合用白茶的这种加工工艺去完成它。
I see. So white tea, aside from the fact that white tea is less processed than green tea, right? Green tea is processed, or white tea is minimally processed. But white tea also is different from green tea because we choose to make tea into white tea or green tea depending on where they're picked and the season, especially the region they're picked. Some tea and also the type of tea, tea flower, right? Some tea leaves are better suited for turning into white tea, and some are better suited for becoming green tea.
Yeah. 这就是如果说专有名词的话，这叫茶的适制性。
Okay. All right.
那我们一会儿来喝茶，在喝茶之前啊，我再设置一个小困难给你啊。
Okay. Oh my God, I haven't even had one sip of water, and she's giving me another test now.
这一泡西湖龙井怎么能这么容易让你喝到呢？
Oh my goodness, I just wanted to have some tea. I just wanted to have some tea. Okay, another test.
这是一个是普通的树叶，一个呢是茶树的叶子。
Okay.
那你来看看这2个种类，就是这个不同的地方，你帮我说出3点。
This is a tea. This is a tea. This is a regular leaf, and this is a tea leaf. I'm supposed to tell the difference between the regular leaf and the tea leaf. Can I have a sip of water first? before I tackle this question, I'm a little thirsty. 我能喝口水吗？
那我只能给你倒一杯白。
I think that'd be great, to set the bar, with just plain water. Cleanse the palate, cleanse the mind. 谢谢。
有一点烫。
谢谢。
我先把水烧上啊。
This is beautiful. I love it. The water is really sweet here. Is there something that you did to the water?
因为用了专门的那个泡茶，就适合于泡茶的水。
Which is what kind of water? Is it mineral water or just distilled water? What kind of water do you use?
像是泉水。
泉水。So it's spring water. Okay, so now that I'm hydrated and properly cleansed, I'm going to tackle this question of which one is a tea leaf and the difference between the regular leaf and the tea leaf. From what I see right here,
虽然它们都是都是树叶，但是只有一种特定的叶子是可以作为茶线叶的。
Well, the shape of the leaves are obviously different. The regular leaf, there are so many different shapes to a regular leaf, but this one is obviously very pointy at the tip. This one, the tea leaf, is not as pointy at the top, the tip of it. And also, what I see is that the most obvious one is that there are multiple leaves to one to. Look, there are 3 leaves and there are 2 leaves right here. There are multiple leaves to one petiole, one stalk, whereas there's only one. Maybe there were more, but I'm only seeing one right here. Multiple leaves, and there are these serrated margins on the side of the leaf. 就那种锯齿形的那个边。Right? Serrated margins. It's hard to tell because they are a little dehydrated. The tea leaves right here, but the margins here on this leaf is very, very smooth. But the tea leaf has a little like almost like chainsaw.
算一条，但这不能。
And also the veins. Okay, this is hard to tell. The veins on here, on the lateral veins on this leaf goes up like this, but the one is on the tea leaf is more flat, is more horizontal.
这个可能算是鲜叶。
I hope I didn't just invent that.
那这样，其实这道题是有点难的啊。
Okay.
因为你答对了一个，我觉得就非常棒了啊。那我来公布答案啊。
Okay.
第一就是就是你说的非常对啊，它的叶边缘有锯齿。就是
I got it right. So the tea leaf is serrated. It's got serrated margins.
因为这个也是一款绿茶的那个叶子，所以它其实是非常嫩的。你能看到锯齿，说明你观察非常细致，特别棒。然后第2点啊，这个有点难啊，是它的侧脉。我们知道叶子分主脉跟侧脉啊。茶叶的侧脉非常特殊，我们可以看到，普通的就是不能作为茶树叶子的这个侧脉啊，它都是直接连接到了那个叶子边缘的。但是茶树的 叶子，它一定是侧脉啊，是向上45度生长，连接到上一个侧脉的2/3处。
Oh, I didn't see that.
是非常非常有趣。它因为非常嫩啊，但是它不会连接到这个叶子的。
The lateral veins don't go all the way to the sides.
Yeah, 它是这么长，然
They
后
sort of like go flat
对
horizontally,
45度生长
or like 45 degrees,
Yeah.
and then they go up
对，
to the
然后
next
它
lateral
连接
vein
到
up
上一根侧脉的2/3处。
to the 2/3. It reaches like touches the 2/3 end of the lateral vein above that.
Yeah,
Interesting. They're
Yeah.
all about. They're like supporting each other. They're like buttresses of church.
然后第3点啊，第3点就是它的这个叶子是有绒毛的。
Ah, I didn't see that. So tea leaves are supposed to be furry. I know on some teas, dry teas, tea leaves, I've seen the fur, little, very like fuzzy fur on the tea leaf. But this is being like dried a little bit, or maybe it's too fresh, so you don't see it on this one. Not so obvious. Oh, you do see a little bit on the back of it. This has been fascinating. So I went to some tea ceremonies before. I think we've got some more questions. I'm hearing
我
people.
现在温杯烫盏啊，然后我们来喝茶。
People are asking, caffeine and tea polyphenols, are they addictive? We know caffeine is addictive, right? 咖啡因是会上瘾的，但是茶多酚会上瘾吗？Tea polyphenol is probably not addictive, right?
如果我们只是喝茶，因为在茶当中，不管是什么元素，都是微量元素，所以如果只是茶当中的话是不会的，因为特别少。但是如果说你提纯，那我没有办法。
So the answer is probably not in tea, even for caffeine, because there's not too much of it, right? In caffeine in tea as much as in coffee. The reason why it's so addictive in coffee is because coffee has so much caffeine. But tea normally, especially if it's processed, then like black tea or pure tea, then you don't get as much caffeine as you do with green tea or white tea.
来，你可以闻一下这个干茶。
Wow, you almost smell more in this. This is the same. This is also green tea, and this is green tea.
Yeah.
But this one, how come this one has so much more? The smell is more strong, more pungent than this one. 为什么这个味道会更？他们俩都是绿茶，这个味道会更鲜明。
因为茶树的树种不一样，然后产地不一样。
这个的话，越往南的话，或者是和这个东南这个方位有关系吗？
如果说它其实是有关系的，有那个南红北绿，是有这么一个。
像这个茶叶 ，this one is from which region in China?
它是杭州。
From Hangzhou, okay. Hangzhou. This is from Hangzhou, and this one?
这是湖州的。
湖州 which is where about geographically? 是湖州是在。
应该也是南方。
Okay, so they're both from eastern China, I would say actually. Hangzhou is eastern China, but this one is just distinctly different. Like Hangzhou is known for some of their great best teas in China.
杭州的西湖龙井，因为它有几个。
西湖 and Longjing tea. Yeah, a few varieties of green tea they're famous for. Oh, I think I just went into my nose.
下次不能贴这么近了。
Oh my goodness, that was so embarrassing. Got leaves in my nostrils. Okay, more questions. Longjing is very great. I can't forget the aroma. Okay, 山泉水是最好的吗 ？For making tea, is mountain spring water the best for preparing tea?
稍等啊，来闻一下。
Okay. Oh.
然后一会儿我会再把它稍微注湿，你再闻一下湿的那个。
This is already so different. It's balanced. Before it was very, you smell this like the flavor was kind of like boosted by the sun, and now with the water, it's been.
它非常的愉悦。
Okay.
因为我是为了让它的味道更明显。
So, Somebody has a question, and which tea is to help reduce and maintain body weight?
就什么对？
能够去对减肥啊，这个身体的这个体重保持体重更好。
那还是运动吧。但是
Exercise, that's what you're saying. Exercise probably better. Okay, so if you were to use tea for, for medicinal purposes, which kind of tea, the different types would you use
如果说茶的话
reduce body weight?
因为茶本性是寒嘛，那适量的喝茶其实都会有这种效果的，但是更突出的可能是熟普，就是普洱类。但是如果说胃不太好的，可能就会推荐熟普了。
OK。
然后如果说可以的话，那就是好的生普，可能也很不错。但是如果还有一点就是说，大家有时候可能会觉得说喝完绿茶胃会不舒服，那其实是我们的胃本来就已经非常脆弱了，所以在喝绿茶才会不舒服，而不是喝了绿茶胃不舒服。这个前后缀我们还是要。
This is a really, it's actually a great question, and it's I would say even go into the category of TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. It's something that I've been trying to learn a lot about ever since I've, come to China to learn about the different kind of tea and how the different traditional Chinese medicine interact with your body. The answer is that it's not as obvious as it sounds. Green tea is good for your body, it's very antioxidative, but the black tea and the pu'er tea is actually my family, they usually drink the pu'er tea after a heavy meal because the pu'er tea, the shou pu'er especially, will cut the fat in your meal from your body immediately, and because shou pu'er is easier on your digestive system, so it's not as harsh as green tea, and so usually, she says, the first choice for losing weight, if that is indeed what you try to do by drinking tea, shou pu'er is usually the best for cutting to help you reduce the weight. But also it depends on your body type. There are some people, for instance, I know in TCM, if your body has a lot of fire, then you might not want to. You might actually want to try some green tea because the green tea is the property is colder than shou pu'er, and that'll balance your body out. But if your body is very damp and also has a lot of heat or is very cold, then you definitely want to go for the less intrusive tea, which is shou pu'er. It'll be easier on your digestive system and also help dissipate a lot of the dampness from your body, which in turn will help you, the symbiosis or the
其实，因为大家其实总会想说哪一款茶可能会更好，因为基础加工的这个会分6大茶类嘛，就会说哪一款茶好啊，或者说我喝哪个可能会更舒适啊。其实茶
Your body will know actually. Your body will know which tea is good for you.
其实茶的底色都是一样的，那只是它们因为加工工艺的不同，导致了它们味道的不同。我们可以如果有机会可以慢慢的喝一次这个，然后找一个自己身体喝着最舒适的那一款。其实可能那个就是最适合你的。
She is absolutely right. 真的是这样，就是你自己身体 your body will know which tea is the best for you. Go out, be adventurous. Try the different types of tea, at least the 6 main categories, and your taste bud and your body will know which one it likes and which one is the best for your body. This green tea, I'm not usually a big fan of green tea because I like things that are a little more strong, richer, and more like the more fermented things. This green tea is so good. It's not harsh at all, and it's almost got a grainy 香，特别有那种苦香的味道。
就是因为本身特别给你选了一款西湖龙井的那个群体种的这个采摘的茶仙叶做的这泡茶，所以
群体种是什么概念？
它也算是一种树种，因为大多数西湖龙井都是西湖龙井43号。就这个树叫43号，但是群体种的话，会比43号的那个，就你说的那种老味儿会更足一点。
My goodness, best green tea I've ever had. Okay, so another one of your Kwai Ying Chen has a question. What is the best temperature for preparing tea? Does it matter with different types of tea? Does it vary depending on the tea leaf you're preparing?
这个我应该怎么理解？
就是说，这个泡茶的水温度是最好的，最佳的温度是多少度呢？是根据不同的茶叶吗？
这个问题很专业啊，我先要表扬一下这位提问题的朋友啊，问的特别切点啊。其实怎么能说泡好一杯茶？投茶量、水温和冲泡的方式，就是它非常综合。
Okay, so you need to take into consideration the amount of tea you have, 投茶量，
然后水温
the water temperature，
然后冲泡
，and also the method of pouring the tea。
对，那水温其实非常关键。比如说以咱们今天这款绿茶为例啊，它最好的温度是95度以下，但是因为这是西湖龙井嘛，所以我又把温度往下降了，控制在了90度。是为了让它的那个清香甘甜、清爽甘甜的这种感觉更好的去挥发。如果过烫，就是大家可以想象，如果自己去，比如说去洗澡或者怎么样，一个热水浇下来，那所以就不要烫它。像这种很娇嫩的，或者说不发酵、轻微发酵的这种茶，那水温稍微低一点。
Okay.
但是如果说，比如你爱喝的普洱，就可以100度。
All right.
因为它是历尽风霜，反而可以扛得住这种容易。
So the answer, in short, the answer is for green tea. Usually, you want to keep it under 95 degrees Celsius. But because this is Shihu Longjing, which is more delicate and it's more refined, so you to maintain the flavor, the freshness of the aroma, especially the top aroma, she even lowered that temperature to 90 degrees. And so this is the best temperature to tease out the best, all the flavors, the nuances of the Shihu Longjing green tea to answer that question. But if you have something like black tea or pu'er tea, which has been aged and fermented like thousands of years, just kidding, for many, many years, so it can really brave all sorts of temperature and weathers. And so 100 degrees is no problem for pu'er tea, right? All right. I love this. 真的是我以前的时候，我喝绿茶的时候没有喝到这么香的绿茶。我觉得水温什么都有关系，就是一般人不会去。我们知道水温会有关系，但我们可能没有这个概念，到时候控制到什么是最佳温度。包括你像你刚才说的是西湖龙井 is different than green tea, so you want to if you want the best out of 西湖龙井 you want to lower that temperature even more, so you can get the most out of 西湖 which is even more delicate.
就是所以说，为什么我们会去学这个茶啊？学的其实是它的一些文化和它的一些科学知识。就是我们知道这个茶非常娇嫩，它是芽头，我们会用低水温。然后我们知道这个茶，比如说它1斤干茶需要6万到8万个芽头，我们会知道，就是大自然它其实赋予我们很多。就是我们在科学的程度和文化的程度都去珍惜它的时候，泡出来的茶一定会好喝的。
It really makes a huge difference when you know so much more of the tea and how to interact and control the tea in such a way that you can really get so much out of this cup of tea, this one cup of tea. It's sweet, it's fresh, but if you just smell the green tea, there's a lot of caffeine to it. Because my body is very sensitive to caffeine. And so even when I do very decaf coffee, sometimes I'll stay up overnight. And so, but nowadays, I try to shy away from green tea because of the caffeine. But this green tea, because the water temperature isn't too high, that actually, you don't get all the caffeine out from one cup, which is great because I don't have the caffeine, but I have all the flavors, the freshness and the sweetness, which is like, what's really interesting about this tea is that when you sip it, you almost feel like the green tea unfurls, the tea leaf unfurls in your mouth. Which is amazing. The smell and the color of the green tea doesn't come to you at once. It kind of unfurls slowly and just kind of spreads. So beautiful.
特别鲜。
So beautiful.
其实它的鲜也是因为它的那个茶氨酸。它这个其实茶
The
氨酸
umami flavor is just referring to the different tastes and flavors of tea. 它会跟味精的一样鲜，但是咱们这个茶当中的这个茶元素，它是纯天然的，就是它本身就是这个味道。 So this umami flavor that a lot of people talk about in tea, you've got the bitterness, right, the sweetness of the different flavors of food. The umami flavor is almost identical to MSG, but it's natural. It's not MSG, and so it's really good for you, and it's not something that you get addicted to.
如果说 咖啡因它是猛烈而迅速的话，茶氨酸就是温柔而持久。所以其实如果长期喝这个茶，对身体是有好处的。其实这个点我扣在了，因为刚才好像有一个朋友问了这个喝茶对身体的这个，我把这个问题回扣在，就是答案回扣在上一个问题当中啊。
So if I were to translate that, I would say caffeine or coffee is almost like tango, and green tea and tea especially green tea is almost like tai chi, right? Green tea 就是咖啡的话，你要说从这个香味和它的这个感受度的话，咖啡更像那个探戈舞，然后呢，绿茶呢更像太极一样。
我觉得可以把绿茶改为茶。
茶，就是茶 in general，就是我的意思。
特别酷。
This is so good. I think we can go on. We can talk more, right? We have enough time, to go on. Green tea. Somebody say green tea keep you always stay young. Is that true? Green tea 会让你永远年青春永驻。
也就是形而上的说可以。
She's hesitant about saying that. I mean, do you know how old she is? Take a guess.
但确实是喝茶的人都会长寿，这个是经过长时间数据积累的啊，就是不过90都不好意思走的那种。
Green tea is the longevity drink for sure. We're not going to put a number to it.
我要不要教你泡
？Okay, well, let's do that. I think we're almost coming to an end. But before, yes, do we have time? Do we have time to for me to practice pouring the tea and making tea? 5 minutes? Okay, so we've got 5 minutes. Let's learn that. I really, really want to make my own tea, right?
那你选一种，你是想选盖碗冲泡还是选玻璃杯冲泡？
玻璃杯. Now that we've seen you doing the 盖碗冲泡, right, the covered tea, let's do 玻璃杯冲泡 so everyone can see it. Right, let's do it with glasses.
Okay. 那你帮我拿一个。
Okay, so.
哦哟。哎呀，你把你那个也拿过来啊。
Okay.
那我先来做一下展示。
Okay.
然后呢，你看你能不能记住。
Okay.
然后
Terrific.
如果有机会呢，我们再坐下来慢慢教你。
Alrighty, I'm all ready.
那你帮我拿一下那个茶盒里面的绿茶，就是那个。
这个。
对。好，谢谢。哦，对，有一个手法，在茶桌上有的时候我们不能说话，然后表示谢谢的时候就是点2下就可以了。
Okay, so
谢谢。
You tap it twice to say thank you.
你不分轻重啊，就是点2下就可以了。
Okay, as opposed to speaking and saying it out loud, which is better.
谢谢。然后一般绿茶3克，对于玻璃杯来说。基本上覆盖到这个杯底就是3克。
3 grams of green tea.
拨茶的话是要拨3下。
Okay, you want to do it in 3 strokes or 3?
基本上把它覆盖到茶底就可以了。
Okay.
然后，我忘了一个步骤。我就先教你冲泡，因为在之前如果说茶艺表演的话，之前会有一个温杯烫盏的这么一个步骤，我就把这个步骤省略掉了。
Okay, normally you would heat the glass first, but now since we want to show you how to pour the tea, so we're gonna
因为是为了要保证就是展示说我们这个茶杯干净，因为本身是已经清洗过的，然后但是要有这么一个。提高杯子温度，然后再去洁净。
Okay, so we're not washing the glass this time. We're heating the glass for the sake of showing demonstration.
那我现在会先注水到它的一个大概这个位置，然后去摇香它。
Okay. So that's about how much? This is 1/7，不是1/3，这应该是算是多少水？
我觉得可以1/3。
Okay, so you want to the first time you pour the water, you want to pour about 1/3 of a glass.
然后拿住这个杯底。
Okay.
去转3圈。
Okay, you want to just to get the water and the tea.
对， 然后一个是让它更好的就茶与水去更好的融合。
OK。
二一个是让它的香气激发。
OK。
之后呢，我会注水注到7分满。
OK。
然后你就是斜切45度啊，然后注到这个位置，让这个茶叶去翻滚。它一个是好看啊，但是最主要的是
Pour at 45-degree angle。
对，然后是让它更好的去融合，让这个茶汤可以更好的在第一口喝到的时候，它足够鲜甜。
Okay, so the trick is to let the tea turn, well, not boil, but let the tea turn like that.
Yeah.
Okay, the tea leaves turn and twirl.
然后基本上这一杯的话，我们就省略了前面的温杯烫盏啊，这样就可以喝了。如果说我们在自己家中的时候啊，来，嘿，这此处是不是应该加个特效？我先把水帮你倒上。
Okay, so I'm gonna do the.
你刚才那个可以啊。
好 ，voila! She just taught me that. Okay, so.
我需要再烧一点水。
Some green tea. Go ahead, go ahead. 3 strokes. 1, 2. And you get a lot more in the thirds. 3. Man, oh my goodness.
你可以再稍微再拨一点点。
Okay, a little bit more.
因为这个茶盒它像一个荷花的瓣，所以它在拨茶的时候也需要。
Is that too much or too little? 可以吗？
来吧。
Okay, good. Ready for my first cup of tea in a glass.
然后先注1/3，可以绕着杯壁这样转一圈，尽量不要浇到茶身上。好，然后拿起来，拿杯底。
哦。
拿这儿。
拿杯底。
对。
Okay.
一个是
Hold the bottom, not the top.
一个是避免烫，二一个是避免指纹。
Okay. Because you don't want to get your fingerprints on the glasses, especially for these transparent glasses. Okay, let the tea and the water interact and get used to each other and swim and get used to the water. Okay.
好了，好了。
Okay.
Just
don't need to stop. The tea is getting seasick. Okay, now for the real thing, the real thing.
见证奇迹的时刻啊。
45 degrees, so that we're pouring onto the glass, the wall of the glass, and we're pouring at a 45-degree angle. And let the tea.
可以，好，收。
Okay.
非常棒啊，这个翻滚特别漂亮。
Well, what can I say? Inspired by my master. Beautiful, really beautiful. I normally don't drink tea in a glass, transparent glass like this, because it's hot, right?
Yeah.
But it's beautiful to look at, though. Look, it's really beautiful to look at.
我们可以，就是拿这个。
Wow.
可以看到它的毫毛。
Yes, now I see hair floating up and down in the glass.
这个是它会鲜爽的一点，包括刚才我们有说到茶叶的其中，就是作为茶鲜叶。判断它是不是茶叶的这个特点，其中最后一点是还记得吗
？The fur, 毛。
对。
Yeah.
毫毛。
This is how you can tell if it's tea leaf or not. It's the fur. Only tea leaves, camellia tea leaves have these furs. That's it's very fine, but they're floating up and down in the water, and you can tell it's tea leaf. Wonderful. They're just so beautiful. Oh my God, it's like a little microcosm. Literally a world inside this teacup right now. As you can see, there's so much that goes into a cup of tea. So much culture, history, customs, rituals, a world inside a cup of tea. I hope you enjoyed our tea ceremony today. Thank you so much, Ms. Zhao. And please be sure to tune in again on April the 5th for the Huazhaoji, or the Flower Festival. It's going to be amazing. People are going to be dressed in hanfu. I will be dressed in hanfu. So be sure to tune in on April the 5th. Bye for now.
你尝尝，这个跟西湖龙井的味道会不一样。
就直接喝就可以是吧？
可以的。它会更鲜，因为那个树种不一样。
要更清淡一些，但是那个我觉得味道会更香一些。就
完全
香很多很多，
不一样。
对，这个真的是太好喝了。
我一会儿再喝一泡吧。
这个太好喝了。
这个可别浪费，它这个还是一个非遗传承人亲自做的，这个
他自己炒的是吗？
对，因为它是用群体种做，本身群体种就不多，然后群体种它就是一种树种，等于它是会。
它会把树分成不同的这个。
它其实都是，比如说都是狮峰山上的茶树，然后但是可能树种会更老一些的，然后。因为43其实是一个培育品种。
How old usually are the green tea leaf trees？就是它会多老多少？就是树龄，你不是越大越好吗？
我还真没研究过，因为再老的，我对树龄还真是没研究过。
So good。
要不要喝
？Anyone else wants to try the tea？
我再给你来一泡。